virtual green room, we have Crystal Rivers, and she's got a book, Secrets Are Out Now, How a Girl Overcomes the World. And I know it probably conjures up all kinds of images when you think of that title. And we had a wonderful conversation off the air. Crystal, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
So let's talk about why you wrote the book. What led you down this path of writing this?
Well, I wanted people to know that no matter what you go through, hard times and things like that, that there's always hope. And if you can stay close to God, He will help you through it.
And so this is a true story. This is a true story about overcoming a lot of different things. Tell us about the true story.
Well, the true story is my life. And I told everything that I could think of in the book, all about it.
Yeah. Give us a little slice of that. How'd you grow up? Where'd you grow up? And what were some of the things that happened to you that you had to overcome?
Okay, when I started out, my birth mother tried to abort me, and that didn't work, obviously. And then she gave me up for adoption, and some German people adopted me and raised me. And there was something missing there. They were wonderful people, gave me every material thing imaginable, but there wasn't the love and attention and, I love you or hugging and kissing or anything. So I kind of, all my life was looking for love in all the wrong places. Ended up having 9 unsuccessful marriages because they just turned out to be the wrong guys who were abusing me and abusing my children, and then being raped when I was 16 years old. That didn't help my morals either. Kind of made me feel like, oh, well, whatever. So I ended up being a dancer for until I was about 50 years old, topless dancer, and in the clubs and dealing with a lot of bad people. And one good thing that happened was I was in the movie PORKY'S, and I was on the stage in that movie dancing. And another good thing that happened was I sung in the Palm Beach Civic Opera with Beverly Sills. And that's basically...
Wow. Let's stop there. We got to stop you there. So Beverly Sills, tell us about that experience. What was that like? Because that must have been uplifting.
Oh, that was very uplifting, being able to sing in the Palm Beach Civic Opera. Yeah, and I learned a lot by being able to do that. And now I do most of my singing in church.
So is the lesson that you went through all this? Wow, that many marriages, very sad abuse, and that you came out on the other side. And how did you do that? What do you share, and how did you do that?
Just praying, getting close to God, and He helped me straighten up my life and put me on a different path. Where now. I am a Jehovah's Witness, and we go door to door just like Jesus did in the time that He was on earth, going and telling people about God and, all the wonderful things that He's done for us and how we should appreciate the little things like even the bugs that are in the world and all the plants and the trees and the air, clean air that we have, and all of that.
And when somebody picks up your book, and again, the name of the book is Secrets Are Out Now, How a Girl Overcomes the World, A True Story. And you talk about God helping you. And I know that you were also inspired by Dr. Wayne Dwyer's writings, too.
Yeah,
and so that helped you. And is the lesson and the takeaway for people that are listening that no matter how bad life gets, like I said, that you can overcome it?
That's exactly right.
Yeah. For you, did it feel good to get the secret out? Did it feel good to tell your story?
Oh, yes, it definitely did.
Yeah.
Some people said, oh, you're crazy for telling everybody that, but if it will help people, it was worth it.
I love that positive attitude. And again, the book is Secrets Are Out Now, How a Girl Overcomes the World. You can hear more about Crystal River's story by picking that up on Barnes & Noble or Amazon as well. Thank you for joining us on the show.
Okay, thank you very much for having me.
Wow, what a powerful story from her. And I don't know about you, but I admire people because, we all have, there's always secrets, right? And secrets are so powerful over you because they just get worse and worse, and I think they just marinate in your head. And when you have so many things that happen abuse-wise, especially sexual abuse, the marriages that she went through, what happened in trying to protect her kids, and then trying to just make your way through life, having to earn a living, doing whatever you could to be able to feed kids and to be able to get through whatever the situations were. So tough. And a lot of people give up, and a lot of people turn in very sad directions that they can't get out of, as we know about certain addictions and whatnot. So she's definitely an example of how she got out eventually on the other side. And she talks about in her book, she goes back and she talks about all kinds of things that are so interesting as far as growing up and what happened and what happened from one place to another, and how do you survive that, and how do you try to thrive in that, in that kind of atmosphere. And her being a fan of Dyer, and Dr. Wayne Dyer is somebody who in his lifetime had the innate ability to, if you look at some of his quotes in his books, to somehow cut through into the hearts and minds of people who found themselves in just terrible situations, right? I mean, I can think of some of his quotes right off the top of my head that I bet would resonate not just with Crystal, but with all of you, and I can see how that influenced her book. He said, you cannot be lonely if you like the person you're alone with. That was one of the things he said again and again. And here's another thing, because as you heard Crystal say, at one point she was a topless dancer. And he said, when you judge another, you do not define them, you define yourself. And then one I think would resonate with her, and I'm sure she knows, and one that I think would resonate with all of you listening to the tail end of this show, is how people treat you is their karma. How you react is yours. So often what happens is the reaction to whatever it is that's being said, or whatever happens, or whatever is silently being felt. If you don't react to it, it's your reaction that sets that tone. It's easy to say that, but I think the more you embrace sort of that idea, it really sticks with you. So when you look at Wayne Dyer, and you look at he was a self-help guru and a spiritual author and a motivational speaker, and his first book, Your Erogenous Zones, was one of the best-selling books of all time. Like 100 million copies or something were sold. It may be even more than that. He talked about the power of intention and changing your thoughts, and those are books that people still pick up today. So I love the fact that Crystal was influenced by that, and I truly, it's hard to tell a story. It's hard to tell a story like that, and I truly appreciate the fact that she's sharing her story, and there may be people out there that are feeling some shame or feeling like they can't get through something, and this is the perfect book for that. So thanks to all of you for listening to this interview and this version of the show. Make it count, everybody.